Hey everyone, I'm Japanda Man, and this is our new show, It's Japan Man. Hi, I'm Japanda Man, and welcome to the first episode of our new show.
Hi, I'm Neko, and we'll be your hosts for our new show, It's Japan Man!
We're going to be bringing you heaps of info on being an otaku in Japan.
And hunting down the best places to visit and get your otaku fix right here in Australia.
But for now, let's check out one of our favourite events from Japan.
Tokyo Game Show!
Woo! This year, the Japanda Man crew hit up the 2013 Tokyo Game Show. This is an annual event that takes place in Chiba, which is just outside of Tokyo. It's the largest global trade show that's also open to the public over the course of 4 days in September. Each year, TGS attracts bigger and larger crowds, breaking past attendance records. This is where all the major game developers are eager to show off what they've been working on and what you'll be playing as a gamer in the very near future. Square Enix, Capcom and Konami are just some of the companies that have huge stands at the show, usually in theme with the game they're displaying. TGS is full of impressive stands, games and booth babes. The booth babes are there to promote the game and draw attention to the stand. They're often in character costume or cosplay. The booth babes serve to hand out flyers and plenty of free swag like bags, CDs, toys and more. One of the biggest attractions this year was the PlayStation booth promoting their next-gen console, the PlayStation 4. They had many launch titles on display, with the most popular games having huge lines. This booth was absolutely teeming with gamers and journalists from around the world, all wanting to be one of the first to experience some quality next-gen gaming. All in all, it's a fantastic otaku event to attend if you happen to be in Japan during September.
Oh, how good was that? I've never been to Tokyo Game Show. I'm so jealous.
Tokyo Game Show is such an amazing experience. Everything there is so big, from the booths to the lines to play the games. You know, the games are big. The booth babes are amazing. Everything is just on like a huge scale, like times 1,000. It's quite an eye-opener, and if you have the opportunity to go along, I strongly advise that you do so.
I think I'm convinced. I'm definitely going to have to go check that out. But for now, let's go and check out another awesome part of Japanese pop culture.
Yeah, maid cafes!
Woo!
These are cafes designed to make the visitor feel at home, where the maids tend to your every need. We
even managed to track down one right here in Melbourne, and of course, we had to check it out.
Let's go. Moe, moe, kyun, kyun, moe, moe, kyun, kyun.
Whoa, whoa. What are you doing?
Come on, let's go inside, I'll show you. Okay, so here we are today at Doki Doki Station with Miharu and with Meiko, who have kindly given some time out of their very, very busy day to just answer some questions for you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So how did you come up with the idea for a maid cafe?
We thought the idea of a maid cafe was really cute, and we saw some of the things that they did in Japan, and we really liked it, and we thought since there wasn't one in Melbourne before, we would start one ourselves.
Such a good idea. I can't believe there wasn't one before.
I know. It's fantastic. Now, had you been to many maid cafes in Japan or anything like that?
Once, a couple of years back. It was really cute and fun. I really enjoyed it.
Was it in Akihabara? Yes. Was it Maid Dreaming or something else?
I think it was at home.
Yes. We're now at home. Yes.
Definitely. And how has your business grown since you opened up?
It started pretty good actually. So yeah, we started from a basement and now we're like upstairs. So I think we've grown pretty good.
Definitely moving up in the world.
Yes.
No pun intended.
And what sort of customers do you see coming in here?
Mainly cosplay and anime fans and people from the local Melbourne cosplay community.
Ah, cool. Yes, yeah.
We also have people coming from interstate, which is pretty cool.
Wow, yeah, to come, all that way. Like,
It's good. It means
Yeah.
they've heard of you.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, were you worried that the idea maybe wouldn't take off?
Yes, we did have a little bit of concern at the beginning because we started with a little bit of budget, but yeah, we're happy with where we are at the moment. Yeah, we like how much support we have. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of support here.
You've
Definitely.
done so well.
Yeah. Now, are there any plans to open up, I guess, more maid cafes, in Australia or in Melbourne or just like anywhere else?
No plans for now, but we're not sure about the near future or far future. Maybe one day if we get enough support to open another branch in maybe another state or something so that people don't have to travel so far.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. I think I can't see it not working interstate. I think there's definitely like a need for it. Yeah.
Definitely. Did you have any problems finding staff, or did everyone jump at the opportunity to be a maid?
We didn't have many problems finding staff actually.
Yeah. People actually jump.
I would have been a maid for sure.
Yeah, we have constantly having people apply for maids and butlers here. Yeah, so we're quite happy with that.
You're going to need to give me a sign-up form, I think.
Yeah.
Super cute.
So I was actually going to say, you just mentioned like butlers. So as in, what's next for Doki Doki Station? Will there be more butlers or what's more maids?
We've been looking at getting more butlers. We do have a number of butlers who are unfortunately not able to join us today.
I would have liked to see a butler.
Yeah, we're gonna set up a couple more video games, I think, and maybe a Wii somewhere in the corner over there.
That's cool.
Awesome. I love this song.
Yeah, it's so cute. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been great, to have the opportunity to talk to the both of you. And so we'll let you get back to your very, very busy schedule. Thank you.
Girls, this place rocks.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Bye.
That was a great meal. Really hit the spot.
Me too. I'm so full. Delicious food and such a cute cafe. I think all otakus should come here.
Agreed. Oishi! Well, that was a unique experience.
Sure was. One that's right here in Melbourne.
It's one of those things that you must experience in Japan, but if you can't get there, then Doki Doki Station fills the space quite nicely.
Sure does. It's also great that gamers have a place to hang out, get some food and play games with their friends.
And speaking of games, you may have noticed the gamers in the background.
I did, yes.
Tune in next week for a special report on just what exactly they were up to.
Ooh, looking forward to that. But have you ever played a game that you've absolutely loved, but it's just kind of left you wondering?
I know, some of these games, the storylines are so rich and intricate that you complete the game, but you're left wondering what the plot line was on about.
Yeah, or even just about the whole thing.
It's with that in mind that we've developed a little segment called Game Declassified.
We take a game, break it down, find out exactly what happened, and show you who the main players in the game really were.
So let's head on over to Steph for a closer look at the game that redefined the stealth genre, Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, let's make this easy. Metal Gear Solid follows the legendary Solid Snake, an ex-member of the Elite Force Foxhound, who, in a mission many years before, defeated his corrupt Commander-in-Chief, Big Boss, and destroyed the revolutionary bipedal tank known as Metal Gear. Following the mission's success, Snake retired to Alaska to lead a quieter life, but was once again pulled into the line of duty by a former Foxhound Colonel, Roy Campbell. Snake was to go to Shadow Moses Island, an isolated American nuclear weapons disposal facility, to deal with the now rogue Foxhound forces and an army of genetically modified soldiers under the leadership of a man codenamed Liquid Snake. Foxhound were threatening the launch of a nuclear weapon unless the remains of former Commander-in-Chief and world's greatest soldier, Big Boss, were returned to them within 24 hours. Snake chooses to undertake the mission, unaware of the conspiracies he's about to uncover. This ends your simple intro to Metal Gear Solid. Hopefully you're prepared for the next installment, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. This is Steph signing off for Game Declassified.
Metal Gear Solid actually makes a lot more sense now.
Sure does. Who knew there were so many snakes in the game?
Exactly. Next we'll take a look at another otaku hobby, collecting figures.
Figures, Nindroids, Figmas, dollies. These are a couple of things that are usually found in the average otaku's collection.
So to give us a better understanding of this, we have Perry from Chaos Anime in the studio, a collector and a figure otaku.
He sure is.
So here we are today with Perry from Chaos Anime in the studio. Perry, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Japan the Man.
Not a worry. Perry, can you please tell us where the interest in figures started?
Well, the interest in figures started with, just like everybody else, toys when you were a kid. And as you get older, the cartoons we watch weren't up to scratch, so where do you move on to? Anime. And with anime comes a whole lot of merchandise. So, look, from there, I like toys that have got a lot of Japanese cultural influences to them. So from there, look, with me when it came to figures, I started collecting statues. And then from then there was an Android, and there was a Figma, and there was a Gundam, and well, the place is full now. So you can imagine where that goes to. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Instead of buying paintings, I buy figures.
You buy figures.
Yeah, I love it.
I can understand that. So, Perry, how many figures would you say you have in your collection now?
Well, would easily have to say it's about 100. Comprising from about 30 figures. There's too many Androids. There's over 50 we've hit now. That should stop. And Figmas. But then there's Gundams, and then there's big real action heroes. So it never really stops until maybe the bank account says stop. But you never do. Once you're an otaku, it's in your blood.
It's true.
Awesome. So amongst all the figures in your collection, do you have any favourites amongst all those?
Japan the Man. That's a question that's pretty hard to answer for anybody. Be it their favourite game, be it their favourite anime, be it their favourite figure. At the moment, I have a favourite set of figures that I'm collecting, and damn you Madoka and your magical girls. But they've got me. I love the series, and now I'm just going crazy collecting all the stuff.
So we have to ask, are you an otaku who keeps his figures in the box, or do you take them out and display them?
Look, I would love to keep them out in the box because they look nice. The boxes have got a real nice decoration, but I am a boy and I grew up playing with toys. So I rip them straight out, and there's not much you can do with a figure because it doesn't move apart from admire it. So that's why I started buying Figmas, because they're action hero toys. So yeah, I take them all out.
Beautiful. Oh, and who have you brought along with you today?
Oh, today I've brought along Satsuki from Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat. There's a good representation of why figures are awesome. One thing is, it reminds you of the actual anime. A really good premium figure will pretty much look exactly like the character that you see. So
yeah, this one's amazing.
If you've really gotten into the anime and into the character, you'll really want to buy this one. This one's by Kotobukiya, which I think are a pretty quality company. So yeah, and just little touches like they put magnets in there, so that sits on her head. So yeah, it's really cute, and turning it around, just the way they sculpt. Like I said before, I like things because of the statueness of them, and you can tell exactly what she's doing here.
Yes.
She's running with a bit of air up her skirt, with putting that little kawaii look.
It's very cute.
So,
It's great movement, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really, really does, and that's what I really like about scale figures.
So why do you think people like to buy and collect these figures?
Look, like I was saying before, some people buy things for their home, like vases and paintings. It sort of has the same appeal. Like when you pull out a nice quality figure, you can pretty much look at its waist for 3 days and then move on to her neck or move on to the back of her arms. They've sculpted that nicely that, there's a lot of, I don't know, I can spend hours looking at it.
Yeah, you could admire it for a while.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
looking at a sculpture, isn't it?
Look, it is a sculpture, and when I explain things to people that they're sculptures, they don't look at me like they're sculptures. They're like, dude, that's a toy. So look, I understand it is a toy, it comes from a toy shop, but when you're older, the toys become a hobby. So, people like trains, people like that. I like figures. Yeah.
So, Perry, do you think buying figures locally without importing them is approved in Australia?
Oh, definitely, Neko, especially here in Melbourne. We have a lot of places you can go buy or look at anime products, being the stores in the city. And if not, there's a lot of online places, not only in Melbourne, but a lot of Australia. So, look, over the years, it has gotten a lot better. It's much more affordable. And, yeah.
I'd probably rather buying stuff from here anyway.
Look, it's much better. Look, you get a bit more of a quality guarantee. So, and what I found is a lot of people like going into a store and physically picking up a box and seeing something. So, but yeah, you've also got the guarantee if something's faulty, sending it back to Japan, you tend to have to pay for it yourself, which makes it not really worth buying.
A lot harder. Okay, so I guess what's next for you as a collector? Will you stay buying what grabs your eye, or will you buy figures, for the potential value?
Look, potential value, I don't really go for, because it doesn't matter. Like when I scale figures, for me, I collect premium ones that are expensive. Other people collect cheaper ones that are priced, and they're happy with them. At the end of the day, what you've put in your cabinet is your collection. Like I spend $200 on that, and they spend $100. We all both feel the same about the same thing. So the next thing for me is to chill out on buying figures and just staying with the collection, being my Samurai Girls, Strike Witches, and now Madoka, because Madoka movies just come out, and I'm pretty sure they're just going to be pumping out more and more merchandise for us to make our wallets lighter. But so is the fun of being a otaku.
It's true, and plus I don't think I know anyone that doesn't like Madoka.
How can you not love Madoka? So my mum loves Madoka, so
it's true.
There's merchandise in her bedroom.
Well, that's been great, Perry. Thanks for your time. It's been great to speak to a collector and see exactly what drives them to pursue this otaku hobby.
Thanks for having me, Neko. Thanks for having me, Japan.
No worries. Thank you, Perry. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So, cosplay is another fascinating part of the otaku culture. The way that most cosplayers tend to make their own costumes amazes me.
It's true. So much time, effort and money goes into these creations to make sure they look just like a real-life version of the characters they've seen in either animes, mangas or even games.
I can still remember when most cosplayers tended to, buy their own costumes off the shelf, as opposed to, these days they tend to be getting them, custom made and just putting a lot more, detail into it.
That's so true. We're also seeing a shift in cosplay from people primarily cosplaying mostly Asian characters. Now it seems to be shifting more towards the Western side. Go to a con, you see a Spider-Man, a Batman, a Deadpool, and they don't look out of place at all.
So, Neko, you're a cosplayer. How long have you been cosplaying for?
What gave it away? I've been cosplaying for coming on about 2 years now.
Awesome. And what's been your most challenging, creation to date?
Ooh, I've sort of been working up to more and more challenging creations. I'd have to say so far, probably my Pikachu would be my most challenging. Trying to create a tail that stands up by itself while wearing not much else has sort of been a bit of a challenge.
So, are you working on something at the moment?
I am working on a few things at the moment. One really huge project, which I'm really, really super excited about. I don't know if I want to give it away, though. Should I maybe give them a bit of a tip?
Maybe.
How about... Does this help anyone? Oh, maybe. Ooh,
very cool. Well, we're looking forward to that one.
To keep it as a surprise.
Yeah. So, the reaction from other cosplayers, when they see you out at cons and expos, how has their reaction been to your to your outfits?
Community, they are just fantastic. I haven't actually been to a con where someone's been like, "Oh, you look terrible, I don't want to speak to you." Everyone comes up to you, loves you, wants to take photos, asks you about how they were made. It's just amazing. Even people that don't know anything about anime just think the actual creation of the cosplay is fantastic. So it's just warm and loving.
Oh, that's good.
Like a fuzzy feeling.
That's so good to hear. Well, we can't wait to see your next top secret creation. Maybe you can debut it on a future episode.
Ooh, I might have to give this Japan man the scoop.
Yes, just keep us posted with that.
Definitely. You'll see a few new creations on next show anyway. So.
Great, thanks. Okay, it's time to look at some anime now. And this week we've decided to have a look at Samurai Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats, where do you go when you want pepperoni?
All right, clearly someone loves the intro.
I really love the intro. It's probably my favourite part of the whole thing.
I like this this show. I thought it was great. I actually didn't see it, the first time it was on TV, but having seen it now, I just felt myself laughing, like at every second or third joke. I just felt like there was so much content in there. It was so rich.
That's so true. Whereas me, on the other hand, I actually watched it when I was a young kid, and as soon as I turned it on, I felt that nostalgic rush of, oh my god, I remember that. Oh, that was so good. And then after a while, I found it actually kind of wore off a little bit, and I found, I'd probably prefer to watch it in Japanese. I was quite disappointed that they didn't offer that option on the DVD.
Yeah, that's so true. I got to say though, I love the way the cartoon characters, it's like they refer to themselves as being real people by, making a point of, talking to the producers about a line that they didn't like, or, something that they have to do. It's almost like, they're going to complain to the union.
It's so true. It's a good technique that they used. I did enjoy that. Overall, I'd say I'd probably give it about 3 kendos out of 5.
Okay, I'm going to give it a bit more. Only just for the laughs that I found I had. I'm going to give it 3.5 kendos out of 5. Well, that's all we have for you today. But thanks for watching the first show of It's Japan Man. We'd love to hear your feedback and suggestions.
You can leave a comment below, or even a video comment if you'd like. If you'd like us to feature something on the show as well, please just let us know.
Or if you'd like to be featured in our Otaku Spotlight, then drop us a line as well.
You can contact us through Facebook, email, Google+, or Twitter.
So until next time, thanks for watching. I'm Japandaman.
And I'm Neko, signing off.
Matane!